Welcome, racers. How's it going, everyone? We're back. We are back in the McLaren 720S GT3 at a, as you can tell, very wet Fuji tonight. Weather conditions are going to be, there's a 91% chance of rain. So we're going to see rain. The question is how much and when are we going to see all of it? So Angela and I have been going back and forth here for the last couple hours, starting to dig into setup on this thing. Angela wasn't able to join us last week for our debut with the McLaren, so we just ran basically a stock setup. It was still a fresh car to me, so I just wanted to get comfortable with it. So our first venture into playing with setup is at a wet track.
Yay!
Yeah, super fun. Throw into the deep end. But fortunately, it's a track we know well. We raced it last season with the Ferrari, and I think damp conditions, not soaking wet like this is. But we did it in damp conditions, and I've raced it a bunch before, so it's something I'm pretty familiar with. We are running the no chicane layout, which is very interesting. I'm not sure why they. I guess I could see either side of that being better or not. WEC was there this past weekend for the 6 hour, and they run the chicane at the back, off the back straightaways. But we're going to run the non-chicane version. So I think the chicane version leads to a lot of carnage because it's a super tight hairpin to a series of rapid lefts, rights, and lefts and whatnot. Whereas I think this just leaves it a little bit more open, and I think there's less carnage as a result. But either way, glad to have it back. We changed up a couple things on the stream layout, so now we are streaming in 1080 at 60 frames to give you guys a little bit better performance at the sacrifice of a little bit of resolution. Still think it looks good. So in the past we were in 1440 at 30. Now that we're both on Twitch and YouTube, so I think it's going to look really good. And we got our Greg cam back, so you guys can see me. We'll be alternating back and forth. Obviously, when I'm driving, we're going to alternate, and then we'll go from there. So, but yeah, let's. Angela and I have been working through through the kitchen sink of the setup on this thing for the rain. So let's see what we've got. Quick shout out to one of our members here at the Chicane Club. Mike Raz is actually in a session with us right now, also in the McLaren. So I'll point him out if he is anywhere near us on track. We'll see if we end up at the same time or not. Yeah, blue car. And it's cool seeing the Chicane Club sticker on another car on the same racetrack I'm in at the same time in an official iRacing session. So, as usual, we've got Garrett Heising as spotting and crew chiefing. Thanks for joining, Garrett. And Mr. Anzai Suspension, Angelo Zara, is back in the building. I know he was traveling, studying abroad. I'll let you elaborate if you want to. But
Not officially yet, but officially, yeah.
Cool.
Don't worry about that one.
Yeah. So we're just coming to terms with this McLaren tonight. I think it's going to be fun. Daphne is in the building running commentary for a lot of things, but she is not on camera tonight. And then Little Dog Bo is around here somewhere also. So, yeah. So we've been going back and forth on setup, trying a bunch of kind of big things to see what affects the car. One of the things we kind of observed in the past when we worked with the Ferraris is that we can kind of throw the kitchen sink at things, and it doesn't really change all that much about how the car drives. Some things do, some things don't, but none of it makes the car much faster. So we're trying to kitchen sink this thing to see what it responds to and what it doesn't. Right now we're trying a big tire pressure drop. Conventional wisdom says you start on higher cold tire pressures in the rain because it's colder, so they're not going to build as much heat. So you want to start higher.
But hot pressure, so you don't have the heat. Heavy rain like this, we can't build 180 degrees temperature.
Yeah.
So we're swinging through the tire pressure sweep.
Yeah. 24, which is as low as we can go on iRacing. Of course, in iRacing, we don't have the risk of damaging a tire or blowout, so that's usually the limiting factor in real life from going lower, is we don't want to be literally delaminating tire.
Off the rim.
Ooh, that was just
no
too...
curving.
I know. I was looking for the car behind me. Oh, car behind.
Car behind you did the same thing.
Yeah, and the car behind me did it too.
It's funny that happens though, because Ram Meadow says this is the first time that I've witnessed Fuji Speedway in action on any software since pole position 1 and 2. The layout of the course is definitely changed over the past 40 plus years, so it'll be interesting to see the difficulty changes between 1982 and how they present themselves.
Yeah.
You know, how many games actually have Fuji? I mean, does Gran Turismo 7 have it? I would believe they probably have it.
It's had Fuji since I want to say Gran Turismo 3, and it's in GT7s. That's how I know it back in the day. It's really Gran Turismo and iRacing that I know that have it. We have a mod version on it on Assetto, but I don't think Forza does.
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's not in enough. F1 hasn't ran here in a long time.
It is an awesome track, though. One of my favorites.
But what I do think of F1 Fuji in the rain, I think of
Pretty slow.
Rush and Jameson. So,
The only cool thing I like about it is every corner is completely different.
yeah. I love it.
What every course dynamic.
Yeah, the whole first section is a little bit separated. It kind of forces some overtaking stuff and some good discipline on some other things, but the whole final sector is super dynamic. Like, you gain camber, you lose camber, it decreases radius, increases radius, you have to aim for a curve, and everything's long duration, short duration. Like, the whole back section is a ballet that I think is really challenging, even for the best of professionals. I think it's really cool. Some drivers might hate it because it's so difficult, but I like difficult stuff on racetracks. It gives you something to really work at. This is cool, this long carousel that goes down and then comes back up again, and it tightens up just a little bit around the second apex, and then it leads right to a tight braking zone where we have to change direction, bring it down, and then it opens up all the way an exit, which is normally not a challenge, but with this much rain, you're modulating power all the way out. And then this right-hander here is usually not an actual corner in the drive, but it is the wet. And this is where they normally will put the chicane here. Woo. So you can see the track goes way off to the right there if you're on the chicane first, but we're just bypassing that for now. This is kind of over a crest here as it tightens down. Normally in the dry you're getting over that curb, and then it goes up, and then builds compression, and as you track out, it tightens up again. And this final corner is this long duration, decreasing radius. You have to really go out wide for, and then wind it down as you're on the brakes. And then it leads onto, I think, a 1.1 mile straightaway, if I remember correctly. Something big like that. So, all right, let's see what we can do in a lap here.
All right.
No, don't worry, Dr. Mike. Well, I don't want to talk trash about Mike Raz, but we haven't done a lap. Mike, if you're watching, I haven't done a representative lap time yet.
Mike, we've been talking and eating pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza night here.
Yeah.
Also, we have a fully finished livery, courtesy of Replica Racing. Thanks to Josiah for all the hard work he put in this week, even until this afternoon, getting the cell set up for us. When we go between races into the race session, I'll show you guys a quick exterior preview, but you guys can see it on the stream overlay as well right now. He did an awesome job with the graphic design and logo placement, unique use of the blue and yellow colors for Chicane Club. I think it looks awesome, and it looks really good from where I'm sitting too.
Still
Okay.
paint.
There's Mike. There he is. He must be watching the stream. There he goes.
Mikey. Mike. You can hear me again?
If he's watching the stream, he can.
It's on a delay though, right?
We're going to see if he can watch a live stream and drive at the same time.
I know.
We've had viewers do before.
Daphne, can you check and see if he has his live stream for anyone watching? I think it's cracking_next on Twitch. He waited for me, and now I'm going to drive away from him.
You're his rabbit? Yeah.
Yes.
In all forms of racing, you know who's fast, who's not. And there's times you're like, just get on Greg's back bumper. Get on Raz's back bumper and just stay there. He's fast. We just, we don't have it figured out, or we need to learn something about the track, or how's it. Car looks pretty good. How's it feel?
Still a little pushy on entry. I think I want to go rearwards on the bias right now.
Go ahead. Read.
Yeah, I'll do it after this next complex.
Don't try to overhustle the kink like always.
Yep. I'm going to try to hold it further to the left so I can hold it flat here.
There you go.
Woo.
It just doesn't like that at all.
Doesn't like it at all. Yeah. If you don't lift it, is it a McLaren or a Ferrari? What is that? It's a Ferrari.
I made it back on track.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that's at least nice for us Americans with our Freedom units is that because this is an English-built car, all of the standard measurements, like in terms of spring rates and angles and every temperature, all the available choices are all nice round numbers for us, which I know sucks for everyone else who uses such a logical unit system, like, the metric system for everything, but for us it's nice and easy.
Interesting.
I was over in England, and Gavin said the other day, he says, he's a so many stone driver. I'm like, huh? Oh, stone. Yeah, got that. They were still giving weight on the driver in stones.
I don't even know what a stone is. That 10 kilos? Oh, how many kilos? How many kilos is it, though?
I don't know. Damn the metric system.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so I'm thinking pretty good. Oh, I forgot to change the bias like I said I was going to. Yeah, so one of the things I felt as a challenge last week when I was watching the live stream back again, and just thinking about how I was driving at Indy, is that in the bigger braking zones, Angela and I are talking like fifths of a corner. So the first fifth is kind of like you're braking into your initial turn in. The second fifth is the kind of the turn in as you get closer to apex. The third fifth is like the middle of the corner, like when you're at apex and you're kind of like the car's in the max cornering load. Fourth fifth is when we're starting to apply power, and we're starting to begin unwinding the wheel. And then the final fifth is, of course, track out and opening the car back up to full power and straining the wheel out all the way. So the second fifth of everything last week for me, pretty much really big into turn 1 and turn 7, and I think turn 11 as well, is that we were picking up a big understeer on like the release of the brake pedal. And I was working hard to try to change the rate of release. Do I let go more? Do I hold on to it more? Like, what do I do? And I just couldn't find an answer that would help the car rotate any better. I didn't want to throw a bias change at it or anything like that. I was still just learning, and maybe I need to adapt rather than making a change on the car. But I even feel a little bit that here in the rain today with how we're driving. Is that second, fifth, I can't get it to carve into the corner. And maybe it's not possible. It's just something that I could do with the Ferrari really well. So, like, right now, I did get a little bit of rotation. That was okay that time. It's also raining, so it's really hard to get a read on that type of stuff. But
I didn't get a chance to watch the full video of last week, and I kind of browsed through it. So, yeah, you definitely had that mid-corner push towards the onset.
yeah, I wasn't feeling great last week. It's okay. I'm 99% better this week, so shouldn't interrupt what we're doing here. Believe it or not, driving in the sim and driving in real life is one of the best things for relieving my vertigo symptoms. So that's actually not. Yeah, and it just kind of gives my brain something to focus and train on that I'm really well tuned into. So I don't know. I thought it was going to be terrible and I couldn't drive, but it actually helped me feel better. So
I got a one lap of America / Lime Rock setup story if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
So there was a customer that was going after the one lap of America. So we won it 5 or 6 times. But in getting to know each other before all this, we said we got to do a little setup work on the car. So I said, all right, local track to him, Connecticut, local track to me, Connecticut. Let's go to Lime Rock. Test day, blah, blah, blah. I show up there, and he's throwing up in the bathroom. And we're talking, we know each other. I said, listen, you think you can get in the car? He's trying to swig down Gatorade, the whole 9 yards. He's not feeling well. I said, listen, you're not going to want to hear this. Turn a lap and see how you feel. I don't want to pull up my helmet. I'm like, turn a lap, you'd be surprised what adrenaline does. He gets in the car, suits up. He makes some changes. I said, just 1 lap, maybe 2. He
Yeah,
doesn't come
clears
back.
everything up.
He doesn't come back in. We were testing the rest of the day. Stories. We won 1 lap of America with Mark Devilla 5 times in a row, I think it was. Setup, fly. Well, they would go do a lap, we'd do a setup change, and then they'd go do their last 2 flyers, then leave the track bound for the destination. We were beating pro drivers, 1,000 horsepower Vipers, all sorts of goofy stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of car was it you said?
First turbo, 996, 997, can't remember.
Ah, Widowmaker.
Yeah, love it. Jersey triples, nothing else crazy on it. We got a little race here going on. Are we supposed to turn a normal laps?
You know, I want to see what things look like with this Corvette.
God damn,
He's-
driving
he's-
scary.
This guy's batting above his weight right now.
Racing the guy in the rave. Having fun.
Oh, this is all part of the practice. This guy's a 1.4 I rating. He's batting way up right now. Good for him. Or I'm batting down.
Back down.
I'm probably batting down. Waiting for Garrett to tell me to take more rear wing out of it at this point.
0.
I don't know. I might need it.
Greg caught a cold from the ice in his veins. Something like that.
Do me a favor, Greg, and let me know on this mile-long straightaway. What is our fuel consumption like?
2.64 liters per lap.
Thank you very much.
Want to follow this? One on the outside.
Trying to. Oh, I cannot see anything.
Really cool. At least you got that part right.
Yeah, when you're following, you can't see Jack.
Jack's here?
Huh? Oh,
Never mind. He's gone. Jack's
hero. Yeah, pirouetting prototype. I would not want to be in a GTP car in this.
high line, turning late.
You gotta
I
love
think
that
that
neutral.
It's like just neutral, nothing. Just coasting around it wherever. So you can
Yeah. You're just
you want to go to something, but it doesn't handle any input whatsoever.
yeah.
And the minute you start doing something, it just bites you.
Corvette wants to play, I guess.
Are you really passing this guy in the rain?
Oh, he slowed down. Oh, I should just say I went fast. Oh, and there we go. That's what I get.
Sorry. How you doing?
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's gonna go away. That was fair. That was funny. Those 1.4 iRacing guys. Alright, do we have time to switch over? I'm gonna move over before we forget to the race lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can look at our beautiful new livery spinning in real
By
time.
the way, look at that.
Look at that. Very
Hey,
cool.
did you guys put stickers underneath the car? Just when we flip it?
I don't know if I flipped a car in iRacing yet.
We have an Assetto. I don't know about iRacing.
Yeah, here we can switch. There we go. Thanks, Garrett. All right, so quickly, I'll show everyone what we started looking at there on the McLaren. For anyone who's watched our previous seasons, we ran the Ferrari 296 GT3 last season, and then the Mercedes AMG GT3 2020 edition, the Evo, season before that. The liveries are available for public use now for those two cars. If you go to the link in the description for our YouTube, and I believe the link is also on our Twitch bio, you can download and drive those liveries for yourself right from Training Paints. The McLaren, we just finished today. The McLaren livery will be available at the end of this season, so we're just going to keep this exclusive for us right now. But yeah, checking this thing out. I know this is total original work from Josiah Replica Racing. Looks fantastic. Showing off our blue, yellow, and chrome. Got the yellow accents over the roof, blue base. Got our Decipher logo, Rockies, Chicane Club on the roof, Anze, V-Box. We got all of our social media handles here. Captain's chair on the rear quarters, Rocky on the wing end plates, Southwick on the top of the rear wing. And then we got our social media callouts on the back also. I think this thing looks awesome. I love running the number 31. I was born on January 31st. So that's kind of my only relationship with that number. But if I were to put a number on a car, it would be the number 31. So I like it. So yeah, it'll be available for everyone to use at the conclusion of this season.
And what about setup?
And setups will be available for everyone. We're going to upload them to our racingsetups.com profile. There is a couple day process in getting them verified by, I guess, the moderators of that website. So we try to yeah, they want to make sure we're not uploading, viruses for people to download. So the link for that should also be available. We ran the stock setup last week, so for the McLaren, unfortunately, I don't have anything for Indy for last week. But we'll do our best to upload whatever we race with tonight up there, so that you guys can hopefully have it by this weekend. And of course, we'll continue doing that.
Are we making pre-race changes?
I would take another click of rear wing out of it without being too afraid.
Garrett.
I know what you're all going to say. I tell you that you're going to say take it all out, but I think we got to keep something in there.
We took it all out in the Ferrari and it rained. I mean, we did fine.
All right, let's just be rudimentary basics. What's it? The worst corner?
Define worst.
You're hanging on for dear life and you want to go faster. They all suck in the rain.
I would love to hold it flat at turn 8, but I don't know if any amount of wing or taking it away is going to change that.
We've crossed that bridge a couple of times, okay, and it really didn't want anything. What I would like to try, if we were to do turn 8, I would drop the rear and play with the rear bar.
Yeah, but I don't want to get carried away down that pipeline too far, because that's going to compromise other stuff. I was really disputing.
Okay.
With respect to aero, what I think would be, I think the biggest aero section is 3, 4, and 5. Like, but by and large, that's the biggest aero section.
Yeah,
it's still pushy there. We are suffering from aero understeer. What are you going to say?
3, 4, and 5.
I don't know if you can see. I don't know which. I'm talking this high-speed kink to the left, and then the long-duration carousel all the way to the right.
Yeah, the long-duration carousel, I just saw just an overall lack of grip. No matter which end you leaned on, it said no.
I can make it rotate on power to balance, which I'm trying to do with some neutral steering.
On that, I was thinking about let's just try something. We've got time or no?
We've got 22 minutes. We can try something.
Rear bar, stiffen it up.
1 click.
2. Be a man.
Okay. Do we want to? We can try it. And then you want to pull a click of rear wing out also?
No, not yet.
No. Okay.
No, just bar.
Right, so we're on 2D now. So for reference, where we kind of how we arrived at what we have so far for everyone watching, we started with the iRacing baseline wet setup. We went full soft on spring rates, like as low as they go front and rear. We
assumed that it was going to pour.
Yeah.
And we wanted to see what it would do.
Yes, we went full soft spring rates front and rear, which is 1,000 pounds per inch in the front, 1,300 in the rear. We took some camber out of it. We tried going higher with the ride height, and it just felt like a total lack of grip. And I think it's because we lifted the car too far off the ground and lost all the floor diffuser splitter downforce. So we went back down pretty close to where we started again. Softened the front any roll bar, the rear any roll bar. We added a little bit of toe to help with some temperature generation because this is a cold day in Japan. It's 69 degrees ambient Fahrenheit, 67 track temp. So tire temps are fairly low. So we're trying to aid tire temp generation however we can. We took some rear
Seems to
wing.
work.
Yeah, we took some rear wing out of it. We just took another click, and then we went a good bit softer on the dampers. What I really
Yeah.
like about these dampers is that we have from 0 to 50, so we have 50 clicks of adjustments. We have a lot of granularity with that.
I don't
Uh,
like that many clicks.
yeah, the counterintuitive part, which is just we just have to know. You have to know this is that counter to all the other cars that I've driven on iRacing, 0 is the maximum hardest setting, and then 50 is the softest, lightest, lowest damp settings. We went higher to get some lower um, damper rates on everything. So obviously we're on wet tires, lowest tire pressures we can run. We tried higher. I think it would just kind of put us out of the ballpark in terms of grip. So we kept the rake pretty much close to stock. So that's the relationship of the front to rear, which are just relative numbers. So if you start adding or changing rake, you can kind of change the behavior of the car. We essentially went higher and then we went back down again to where it was. So
Yep.
I think that kind of puts us where we ended up here.
Yep.
The nice thing with this car is that it has adjustable throttle maps like many of the other GT3s, but map 3 is specifically built for driving in the rain. It's very progressive, so it's very easy to roll onto power in the rain without lighting up the rear tires, which is a challenge we always had with the Ferrari. Other than that, I think that's kind of where we are now. We've been just kind of trying some different things. So let's see what we got.
We didn't get to uncrack the diff. I think the diff might be a little bit tight, but that's besides the point.
Okay, let's try
Yeah.
this, the bar and rear wing change. Or we didn't do the rear wing, we just did the bar.
No. It's just the bar around the carousel.
Okay.
But
And also,
we're such a steady state in that 4 complex, 4 or 5 rolling out. Just want to see if it loads the tire and sticks it, or it says no, bye bye.
yeah.
Look at
For
the
what it's
balance.
worth, this looks like a much less wet track right now.
Yeah.
It's definitely wet. It is not as wet as when we were just in testing for the last hour or so. It's going to be faster, he thinks.
Well, we still got a couple of setups. We can still tickle in some more camber and see if we can chase it with that.
Yep.
Carousel coming up. Tires cold. 119.
And this is where when we get that like 1 minute of practice time in the race lobby, we're gonna have to very quickly go out and see what we have. Like, what does the track look like?
Okay.
Is it like this, or is it torrential, or is it somehow miraculously like totally dry? Even though there's only a 9% chance for that. But with experience in iRacing, I'm not ruling that out right now.
I mean, also, it could just go from torrential or light to the complete opposite halfway through the race, and we have no way of knowing that either. So
Yeah, it's iRacing. It seems to be even more unpredictable than they told us it would be. Something I don't know. Maybe I'm missing this part somewhere. That would be great if like they did some official races where like it was static wet conditions, so it was just the same grip level. You could practice in that wet level, race in the same level, and it doesn't change anywhere. This is so dynamic that every practice session you load into is different, and then every race session you load into is different.
where's the fun of
The
that?
pit lane many a times during every rainstorm there is known to man. It's always
Yeah.
done.
Well, I
Oh, wait.
totally.
4 inches of standing water everywhere. You're right. That was consistent.
Yeah.
See,
Understandably, rain is a very unpredictable thing. I just wish that there was like,
Greg,
I
the
don't know.
supercomputers can't do it. All right.
yeah, maybe I'm just asking for too much.
Well,
I think the
So
Rain
Joe-
Master series is easy because that's fixed at like 100% wet, and that's if it's just at wet. If it's just at full wet, then it will always
let's
be.
work on that.
actually,
What?
actually, the last time I did a Rain Master race, it was at Laguna, and I did all
place
the
never
practice
rain.
in the rain. I did all my practice in the rain. I get into my race session, and it was not raining.
In a Rain Master
At all.
race.
It did not rain. It drizzled at the end of the race, but it did not rain.
Someone at iRacing should get fired for that one. Rain Masters, it doesn't rain. Rain Masters, for anyone watching who doesn't know, iRacing is Rain Masters is like their rain special series. Like it's supposed to rain. Like that's the whole point of the series. And at a track that historically is dry 350 days a year.
Great choice. Brakes, nice and smooth.
Got it.
Nice and smooth. good job on the throttle too.
I gotta say, the thing I really, especially in this rain at this track, that I like about this McLaren compared to any of the other GT3s is it's got, I really like the TC engagement. I don't know if I could put it to words yet what exactly it is, but it comes in very progressively, and it doesn't come in, when it does come in, it doesn't take too much away where it actually can upset the car. I just really like how it's set up right now. Felt that last week at Indy in the dry, too.
I think they got this car model pretty decent.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching.
Hey, Mom's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. How you doing? How'd you give it all back in the brake zone?
I don't know. I'm still trying to find that breaking point in these drier conditions. Tokyo drifts, and that's that. Okay.
Okay. What'd you think of the rear bar?
It's not diabolical. I could race it, but I'd have to take time to adjust to it. I would go back one
Copy that. Same here.
if I had to put a gun to
Yeah.
my head to decide that.
Okay.
What bias were we at? It was at 50. I mean, I could drive that as is
It was
if
pretty
I
quick.
had to, and I would probably go
But I don't
forward
know-
with
but I
bias
don't
with
know
it.
if it's
What it was.
a rain thing. Oh, brake bias. Guys.
Yeah.
We went up and down.
We went all over the
Nothing-
place.
I think we got to do it again. I hate to say it. You're gonna have to do it on the fly.
Yeah. Different grip conditions. We started, so the default brake bias for this car is 54% front bias. We started at 54, and then usually like a single, like a one click is usually a 1/4%. We did 2% sweeps, so just 8 clicks at a time. We went from 54 to 52. Didn't feel anything. So we went to 50 and didn't feel anything. So then scratching our heads, we're like, okay, throw another 2% in it. So then we went all the way to 48 and
Yeah.
still didn't feel anything. In like a super wet session where it should have been extremely apparent. And that's kind of where we were like, okay, well, clearly brake bias doesn't seem to do very much here in iRacing, so...
Which is weird because, as you and I were talking about, we had some great drivers in our past that the minute it's raining, they're on the brake bias knob. They're twiddling away to find what they can get out of this car, and not, you know, snap loose or not do anything bad, not lock up the front so it goes completely straight off. Getting that brake bias right in the rain is really, really important. We laugh because 9 times out of 10, when you start the race, you have a brake bias knob and your foot and your steering wheel. There's nothing else you can change.
Yeah.
You can't reach under there and change shocks. You can't change springs. You're along for the ride. So that learning that brake bias knob is really, really important.
Yeah, it's other than the steering wheel, the 2 pedals, and your shift lever or shift pedals,
Yeah.
the brake bias knob is one of the only other adjustment tools that you have in just about every modern race car. And then, you know, some modern GT cars, hey, just modern cars have TC and ABS to play with also, but they're not going to change the attitude. That's after the fact. Those are band-aids. They're not going to change the attitude or the balance of the car. The brake bias is the only thing you can really do to adjust that. And unfortunately, most sanctioning bodies do not allow for adjustable front or rear sway bars anymore, because those would be the other magnificent tools you can use to change that. Some series around the planet do it, and it's awesome. But most big ones do not.
Why don't they allow that? So
They're fun. They're fun killers. I don't have a good answer for why. Someone somewhere can probably give an answer. I don't have it though.
I was gonna say it just makes more sense. I mean, just let them adjust the bar, make things interesting.
I can only come up with reasons that it should be there. I can't even think of why you would not want to have it in a car. I guess it makes it more competitive, and then you have to, wow, just over rotates there. Am I just challenging that too hard? I feel like I'm not.
Yes. Yes.
If the answer is yes, then I'll take it.
Yes.
But I just feel like it's not the case.
Yeah,
Here, I'll just keep going after this GT comes through. I guess the reason it's good.
work on load, work on tire, baby
Okay.
pedals.
So I think with the adjustable bars thing, that's I think they want to make it competitive, and like whatever setup you start the race with, you are stuck with that for the entire time. But I get that in a sprint format, but in endurance format where grip changes and weather changes and everything changes over a long driver.
The harshness of the rain changes.
Yeah, like everything changes in longer races. Like you should give drivers some sort of tool other than brake bias to change the balance of the car. At least
also argue then that having the ability to change the bar then tightens up the field even more. And if, like, say if it's raining, you tighten it, like you can adjust your bar, then that means everyone has a bit of a chance to stay more together. And be more competitive.
Yeah, and I think in a gentleman driver series where we're, this is financed by guys who can pay the bill, you want to give them a car that they're able to drive. And if it, factory pro driver or co-driver gets in and goes fast and he wants bar at position X, and then, gentleman driver gets in and his ability limits his balance and he wants something that's a little bit more controllable, he should have the ability to click, position Y.
Start with inner ear balance and aggression on the brake pedal, so that you could have two pro drivers, two F1 drivers. They both drive the front end differently.
Yeah.
So that's why
driving style.
there is a magic setup. There is definitely some sweet spots in cars, with the driver. But then a lot of times you get in the B driver and he's like, I can't drive this thing. It's horrible. You're like, but we just set the lap record. You got to be able to drive it fast, and they can't do it.
Yeah.
So then you start, massaging the setup around to start moving that. Careful on the pedals again. Looking good.
Yeah, I'm trying to slow it all down.
Slow it down, yep.
Wow, that's so touchy on that line. Wow. All right, well. How much time we have?
8:37. What do we got?
Okay.
8 minutes.
What's up? What's up?
You mean in the actual series, like while you're in the car driving, or you mean that you can just change it in, like in the garage? Because we were talking about mid driving, like when you're in the car driving.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Nelson, I know in this car we could make a change on, let's see, which page is it? This page you can change front bar, rear bar, and rear wing, but it's at a pit stop and there's a time penalty associated. The bars are 5 seconds each to change, and then every rear wing change is 10 seconds, which in a 45-minute race is, unless you are super wrong when you started the race, not worth the time. I don't see how you can pick up that much time unless it's diabolical or it starts downpouring or something crazy, which I guess we can be, if it comes to it, we could be heads up about, but I don't see a normal situation where we have a chance to win where we'd want to be playing with those things. Who knows? It'd be cool if there was another car you can change it. Oh, you can change it while you're driving. Interesting. Cool. All right. Well, good to know.
You have to learn how to use that steering wheel.
Not in this car. Not a GT. What did he say? The LMDHs? Yeah.
The hypercars.
Yeah. Interesting. Are you driving tonight, Nelson?
We should focus on a lap.
I'm on an out lap. I'm so not there in this thing either.
This has been lack of focus racing. With today's an odd day.
LOF racing. The tire pressures went down when we left pit lane. We started at 24, dipped at 23, and then came back up as I'm generating heat now.
I'm not going there.
So that means there is some sort of tire blanket system in place. If they went
Right?
down when I left pit lane.
Yeah.
Playing that iRacing.
Slow down your turn 3 approach. Patience in 4. Neutral. Squeeze.
I'm starting to switch to race pace mode in my head rather than test driver mode.
Okay. No paint. No paint. Every
I
time
know.
red stripes are going to shock you. Go get the taser. No, don't get the
Get the
taser.
dog. We need a dog collar. I joke about that with my clients all the time, but I will admit there are times that I need it for stuff too.
Greg's human.
You know,
I literally yell at myself.
Week 13 does that. Week 13 will do
guess.
one of the fun races, and every time you screw up, it'll just shock you.
I think we might have to move to OnlyFans for something like that.
No.
Are there any
God,
sim
you just said it.
streamers? Are there any sim streamers on OnlyFans?
Nelson? Sorry. Nelson and I are friends. So. He has a friend.
Oh, Nelson, you got bumped out of A class? Oh, sorry to hear that. It's a headache. Got to auto rank back up. I'm not even going to bother with qualifying performance because the rain level is so because that's a reference. You know what that reference from? Was before your time, Angelo.
Because of the wonderful things she does.
She does, yeah. Because the rain precipitation level is so variable that I don't know if there's point in me getting super dialed in for what it feels like to drive when weather is going to determine everything about how I'm able to do it. So,
Do you guys understand this? All right. You know what's really funny? Is when a driver tries to make decisions that he shouldn't be trying. If it's raining out and we're at the track, you're getting in the car.
The engineer and the crew chief are saying, you're driving the car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm driving.
Yeah. Okay.
You have no say in this decision.
Yeah. The car owner has good faith in you not to crash it, and the mechanics have good faith in you not to crash it. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I didn't say I'm not doing qualifying. I'm saying I'm not practicing qualifying trim. I'd rather just drive as is.
Good. He's making decisions.
What do we tell you? You're here to drive the car.
Yeah. What are we hiring? Yeah.
So I know a lot of I think pretty much all the other GT3s also have it, but this is the first car that I'm trying to, like, from the beginning build into my driving algorithm in my head, is the queuing up of the traction and ABS lights, the real dash of the car. You get the orange and greens for front and rear ABS, and then you get the blue lights on either side for traction loss on power.
Yeah, I still don't understand it as much.
Well, that carved in that time nicely.
Yeah, even though you had that step in the brakes.
Yeah. No paint.
Thank you.
I try short shifting this to fourth and running it in. Might be a little easier.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Automatic track gear up. Nice.
Yep.
There you go. Fourth gear.
I think one of the other things that I'll say is a measure of advice for driving and managing inconsistency in the rain. I find a lot that if it's really hard to get consistency really, really ultra high in precision. It's always, of course, the objective, but you start turning in for a corner, you're on an arc, and you find that you kind of turned in late or something was off, and you're not able to get to your apex. Take whatever trajectory the car is on and go with it. Do not try to fight the car to apex just for the sake of hitting your apex, because the extra wheel you're going to add is going to very likely over-rotate the car. So you'll see me miss apex tonight. I know I'm missing apex. I know I didn't hit an apex, but, some inconsistency in how I set up the corner or whatever, it is what it is. And I'm not going to try to wrestle it just for the sake of making that apex work, especially in the rain. That's really the case with GT drivers and GT3s in real life, in the dry. I did a lot of work with Shane in that too, that if you miss apex a little bit, run with it. Go with whatever line you're on, commit and go, and there's much less time lost than you trying to wrestle the car, getting it down, and trying to hit an apex, and upsetting the car to just hit your mark. So, I'm not perfect, I'm not an alien. I know it when I'm not doing it, but getting it to come out of these hands and these feet is a different story.
Right.
Got a time check. Are we getting close? I think we are.
Yep, we should be entering the race lobby any second now.
Cool.
As long as you are in the race session.
We are.
Got
Right?
Okay, there it is. Okay, thank God.
Phew. Okay.
There we go. That's how we end a session. All right. Good luck, Raz. See if we end up in the same thing.
All right. Where did you end up?
He got down to a 151.4. We're at a 49.9. Fastest in that session was a 48 flat, so we're 1.8 off, which is, you know.
About where we end up against an alien.
Yep, that's usually where we end
The-
up. Although that was a
the
one.
aggregate average of 2 seconds a lap. Yeah, to an
Yeah.
alien is still fine. Big thing is
Although-
we're P5, so that we've got a little bit of chase in front of us.
And that was on a race fuel load, not on a quali load, so
Yeah.
that's also worth something.
Okay. True.
Let's see where we end up. No high I-rating drivers in that race lobby, so I don't know if that means that I'm going to be in a lower session.
Look at you.
Once they change their algorithm again.
I don't know. You guys were talking about it yesterday,
iRacing's-
last week. Yeah.
I love iRacing for a lot of different reasons, but the one thing they're consistently consistent at is being inconsistent. So let's see. Does this mean this group of drivers that I did the race lobby is going to be who I'm going to race against now? Is that how this works? Because then Raz is in my race, which is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think we should have a side bet. Raz or Greg.
Oh, now we're going on record with something here.
Yeah, I think Garrett and I are gonna throw a little money on this one. You versus Raz.
Well, let's see if we're in the race lobby together
I
first.
know. We're
Yeah,
waiting.
yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah, we should we'll wait and see. We're 58% and actually no, I've loaded in first. Let's see, I can tell you.
Be right back.
Oh, Raz is in the lobby. Mike Raz versus Greg De Giorgis.
Really interesting. Oh yeah, look at that. Raz, we're racing together. All right, let's very quickly look at what we have for... Well, this looks very wet to me right now. Go out and see what we have. Which it didn't take 2.5 of the 3 minutes allotted to the race session. Oh, we've got 8 seconds to see the track. Wonderful. This is torrentially wet.
Yeah, monsoon weather.
All right, so can we... Garrett, do you have the number of laps sorted out for an approximate race distance?
Yep,
Huh?
26 laps was the longest race distance they ran. So counting for the extra pace lap, that's 15.24 liters of fuel.
Okay. All right, well, and what was our race? We've had, what, 2.6 liters a lap?
Yep, 2.64 liters, sir. And you can let me know, like, a few laps into the race if we're running less or more fuel, because that wasn't a pretty heavy amount of rain, but I don't really know if we're gonna have if we're using more fuel or less fuel, and I just want to make sure our calculations are correct, because
Yeah.
if we end up not having enough fuel to finish the race, that could end very bad.
Yeah,
That
that's
won't
not...
be good.
Yeah, I'm just getting our quali fuel load.
Yeah, I'm sure Angela will have my head if that happens.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go do Go do a quali run. Yeah, see Raz. He's out here. Well, I guess one of the other cool things, something with how iRacing manages their information, when you look on the Race Labs overlay with like the track map, it now shows all the cars on track simultaneously, even though we're all ghosted out from each other. So like you can see on the track map where everyone is right now. You can switch the camera view, Garrett.
I apologize. Some slight greenery happening out here.
That's okay. Oh. Ah, I see. You bring your galoshes?
I can read it
I got my warm coffee.
out.
Is it actually raining outside right now?
Yeah,
Here it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You've been at Daytona, right? In 24.
Unfortunately for a wet race there, yes.
You froze your butt off and you've been sopped to the bone.
Oh, there we go on an outlet.
Okay.
Just trying to find where the grip is.
Okay.
You know, building some extra heat in the tires.
In the camera's not my face.
You guys are wonderful.
So Raz is in the group, huh?
He's out here in the race tonight.
All right. So what do we bet?
I'm not betting anything. I only have stuff to lose if he beats me.
What are you losing?
Nothing. All right, let's do a qualifying lap.
Nice. Put the gauntlet down. Let's go.
Gonna take it easy on this first one.
Light the world on fire.
Might be
All right.
difficult soaking wet.
Brake class. Full tires.
If 5-0.
Smooth on the brakes. Don't try to squeeze the throttle too early.
Yep.
Nice progression on that. Way out. Look good.
No paint. No paint.
No paint. No paint. Clean lap.
Run third gear with this amount of rain here.
What? What happened to fourth?
It worked better when it was a little bit more dry, but I'm too low in the revs in third for it fourth to come near making sense. Second gear here, though.
It's the driver making decisions again.
I have to make some decisions at some point.
Leave the decisions to the guys, the command center.
Yeah, please.
I'm making decisions 25 a second here. Gonna run a little bit off apex on purpose.
Yeah. Go.
That one, it helps a little bit.
Deep breath. Turn your head hard. And go.
Tire pressures are below where we started with them. We rolled out at 24 and they're at 23.9, so
Copy that. Good eye.
52.3.
You're beating Raz.
It's okay. How's it feel?
Wet.
Balance. Car balance.
Good. No, good.
What do you want more of?
Honestly, I think it's really good right now. I don't know if there's any last second changes I'd want to make.
It appears Nelson has sent a setup.
Oh yeah?
I say we just roll the dice and just use the Nelson setup for the race.
Okay. Gotta find my phone. It's definitely lap time is smoothest on and off throttle and brake. Baby bird.
Yeah.
Toothpaste.
No,
How's that paint? How's that paint doing?
I didn't touch the paint. It's
I don't know about that.
already 45 degrees sideways.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that.
But I was way off the paint. What are you talking about? I only hit it after I was sideways. I want to hop out. All right. Well, that's a waste. That sucks. Okay.
Touched the curb. You did touch the paint.
I did.
You touched the paint right before the curb. Yes.
Not saying, but I'm saying.
I need to see this myself.
There's a puddle between
Where?
the
Hold on.
curbing.
How am I
There's a
touching the
puddle
paint right
between
now?
the
Please show me.
Hold on,
No.
hold on. Keep on
Hold
going.
on.
Keep on going. You're bringing it far to the left. Watch.
Yeah, look how
One moment.
sideways the car is right there. I hit it because I went
You're turning
sideways.
in. You're turning in.
Oh, to the left in a right-hand corner. Yes, thank you. The car
You're
was
setting up-
already
you're setting
sideways.
up for the right-hander.
I didn't. Shut up.
All right. We
Okay.
don't have steering trace though, do we? Can we?
I
Can
can
we
add
do?
one for the future.
Yeah, let's think about that. And
Yeah,
I know
too late
it
for you
lines
now.
up nice to the pedal cam, but if we can lengthen
I can put
the
it on
throttle,
the throttle brake trace. I can put it on there so you guys can see it.
if we can lengthen the throttle brake trace, we get a little bit more time to analyze. So do you as well.
Yeah, I can add that in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Again,
basically the smoothness on and off the brakes really paid off on this.
Mhm.
So basically, your good lap times when I was looking at the brake traces and throttle traces, the better you were in managing that, the faster you went.
yeah, I can manage in this. I can. It's all going to be about being slow. When I've got out of shape in our practice stuff, it's because I'm trying to challenge and see where things are. But I can very easily
Okay.
reel all that back in for the race.
Okay.
I'm not saying I
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
make a mistake, but I'm going to drive under the limit.
A good picture of him sideways, like that.
I was
I can
locked
see a
up
little
inside
grass,
because I only hit the
grass
paint
right there. Is
car
that
when
mud?
go
Is
up
that
30
mud sticking
degrees.
out? Look at that.
Yes,
Look
no,
at that.
it is.
Mud. Nice. Good job. Can we screenshot that? Oh man.
No, I don't admit that. I'm not denying that I touched it, but it was long after the car was already out, wildly
Long
out
after
of
I
control.
lost control of it.
Long after it was out of control. All right, left side tires, presumably, and then whatever fuel add you said, Garrett.
Yep. 15.24.
Yep.
It's all dialed in.
All right, so we've got 48 cars on track. That's a lot. 11 GTPs, 18 LMP2s, and 19 GT3s. It looks like we're at a high split. There's a couple high rating drivers in all three classes in the 3, 4, 5,000 range. So this might be top split.
Oh man. I'm saying no
So yeah,
pressure, Greg. No pressure.
yeah,
No pressure. Just do what you do.
yeah. We qualified P11. Raz will be starting directly behind me. Please don't hit me, Mike.
Nice.
He'll be qualifying he qualified right behind me. In 13th, we're 11th out of 19.
11.
I think we would have had another half a second on that last lap, but I don't know how much that would have gotten us. Handful of positions, maybe. I think it's going to be a race of attrition. All these wet races, if we can just survive the carnage, I think will yield us good stuff. So we just need to really keep our nose clean and then just, run our race. If we can have an incident-free race, that should get us in the, I would think, easily well into the top 10, if not the top 5.
Even against the pros and the aliens, we laugh because there's been plenty of times where we, in real life, ended up on the podium, first, second, or third, just because we kept our nose clean. I had a driver that does not spin, does not put the car in a bad situation. 7th, 6th, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 2nd. We're like, holy cow. He's like, I didn't pass anybody. I'm like, yep. That's everybody going off the track somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's tough to manage. Hats off to all the drivers that do drive it. I did do my second ever regional in the rain in New Hampshire in a Formula car. I was amazed at what you can't see.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What's not to be
Absolutely
seen.
nothing. That's it. Just nothing. Plain and simple. Going into turn 1 at the start of the race is a 0. You're using the force and the Braille method. That's all.
Yeah. We're going to definitely keep it clean, and I'm going to run definitely wide here in turn 1 with everything going on.
Unless there's something parked there. Where Garrett and I are going to do the best we can to see what we got.
You want to shake and bake, Raz? Let's do that. A little bit of shake and bake.
What was it, a cougar in the back?
Yeah, I think so. All right, we're probably racing here any second now. Looks like the GTP field on the front straight, so
Yeah, it's crazy.
Starting a race in the middle of a corner is just brilliant iRacing. We still haven't found a way to fix this, I guess.
No. Real racing too.
Yeah.
The
No,
funny
real
thing
racing,
is-
they threw separate greens.
The funny thing is, it should just all be behind each other in one green.
They should just all be together. It shouldn't be this much of a
Cars
split.
aren't fast enough that it's going to separate anyway.
Yeah.
Separate them. Where's the fun in that?
We want everybody to spin out right here.
Green any second
We
now.
want chaos.
Green, green,
Chaos.
green.
Chaos. The guy on the outside was trying to run it.
Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Just manage. Just manage. One off outside.
One off already.
Inside.
One inside. He's still there. He's still there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of cold tires in turn one.
Oh, yeah.
We are faster than that portion of the straight line. I would love to cover off the inside if I can do it. I just can't see what's in front of me.
Not again. Another
You
conversion.
see it braking.
Mark is 100. Ooh, there's everybody. All right.
There's
All
everyone.
clear in front. One outside.
Still
All
on
clear
the
in front.
outside.
Freight train.
Okay, clear.
Jesus. Don't stick your head out. I can't see a darn thing.
Yeah, this is wild.
This is exactly what I was talking about. Try to stay off the paint. I know it's hard to judge where you're at.
Yep. Keep me abreast of the tire temps if you can.
Copy that. 123.
Okay, that's, yeah, cold.
Remember, nice and smooth on the brakes. Nice and smooth on the gas.
Yep. Oh,
You got it. Go. Good.
that was slow motion.
That was nice. Nice job. Didn't know which way to go. Paint. Be careful.
Got it.
Big gap behind us. 100 yards, 200 yards. Focus in front. Freight train. .130. Temperature
Got it.
not still cold, still raining.
What's the forecast look like, Garrett? Looks like steady rain the whole time. Let me know if you think intensity can pick up.
Yeah, it's probably gonna stay the same the rest of the race. Honestly, it's like yeah, it's probably gonna stay on the same.
Okay.
Heavy down.
Very wet.
Again, still big gap behind. We got some work to do ahead of us.
Whoa, where did that Porsche come from? What did I?
Spawn in next to you. Yeah, don't worry. Somebody's half a second behind us.
I don't know where he came from.
Where do I-
He just appeared.
Appeared.
Yeah, I know, like, in iRacing, these guys just kind of like appears in time, but he could just straight up manifest it right next to us.
An apparition.
Bing. He's struggling behind us though. He's gonna be
Okay.
able to do it. Struggling on and off. He's not consistent that we can see.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to do for that section. I gotta go shallower. I think that was
Yeah.
helping in the wetter practice sessions that we run the kind of racing one.
With the heavy weight.
Yeah.
Really slow people
Uh,
in front.
Yeah, I see that.
And side by side, be careful. Everybody's gonna swing. Really slow peacock in front. Pressure from behind.
Yeah, I see him.
He said, don't worry about that.
Can you spot ahead, Garrett? Because I cannot see
Real
what's going
time.
on right. This is
No great.
uh
150, brakes, brakes, brakes.
Oh, there was a prototype right in front of me.
Yeah.
A different color one than before. Or, I don't know. Maybe it was the same one.
No great helicopter view.
Okay.
Just FYI, it's predominantly useless, but maybe 1% better than what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you see stuff ahead, to the best of your ability, call it out because I do not have the video.
We're both open mic, so we have not turned off the mic for.
Okay.
Just so you know, yeah, stuff's happening quick.
Okay.
Yeah, my helicopter blips user essentially useless.
Yep.
It's a haze.
Okay.
Single file haze.
Went a little shallower. It didn't make a difference. I got a whole width inside there. I've been pinching this one off a little bit. I'm trying to square it up a little bit more, and it doesn't want to turn.
I kind of saw that. Remember, it's 280-degree corners.
Yeah.
This is we're still walking away from that portion.
Yep.
Yep.
The good news is we have 3 cars in front of us. Stretched out.
Okay.
Focus in front and see what we can catch up on. Watch your overlap between steering and brakes.
Okay.
Think about the G circle. Not gonna
Yep.
like to.
You're talking about throttle lap or on braking?
Throttle out.
Okay. Got it.
Looks like you're still pinched while you're going for throttle.
Okay. I guess in the carousel, I would like a little bit more front end, but without it being darty. We wanted to make a setup change, but
Okay.
again,
Yeah.
all right, shallower. That's safer.
Yeah.
I think it's that Porsche.
We went off.
Yep, he went far off.
Okay. No pressure back there then.
You got GTPs, 3 seconds out.
Got it. They'll roll us on the straight.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky timing.
That's good.
Doing the best I can to keep up with these guys, but
Don't try to keep up with him, Greg. Just hold your pace. Try to
Let's-
catch him, you're just gonna lose it, and then you're gonna hit some paint.
Let's work on Alliance car inside.
yep.
One more, 3 seconds back.
Another one coming. Is he coming before the turn-in? Nope, doesn't look
I
like it.
can't see him. I don't know where
That's
he
it.
is.
He is now behind you.
I see him now. There's definitely going to be carnage in this multi-class stuff here. This is not going to be pretty.
Let's work on our smoothness and see if we can catch up through a better arc and trajectory. We're pretty close on lap time with these guys. We just need a little bit more out of you, and it's not about aggressiveness.
I try to lighten my grip on the wheel. That always helps me with hand speeds.
There you go. Good boy.
Or that's what I would tell myself if I was sitting out there.
If I was over here, get off the paint.
As the coach to the driver inside the same brain.
Eyes up. Stay inside. Let it flow. What was that about?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. That was weird.
I was trying to
Yeah.
go lighter on it, and that's when it gave up.
Wow. That threw me for a loop. Huh.
Yep. Yep.
Big gap all around. Focus in front.
How much time fuel are we taking, Garrett?
15.2 liters.
All right. Well, we can actually stop fairly soon if we wanted to.
No real cause to.
The prototypes are coming.
Yes,
We got one right on top of us now.
It's strung out. You see there's a problem?
It would just give me the highest density we'll get of them in one time to get by. If we can get them this lap, and then I can fuel save. We're probably really safe on fuel anyway. So
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, I would say we should box this lap and fill the thing to the brim and let it run. I almost don't want to change tires at all, just because of cold tires are going to cost time, and I don't know.
Yeah.
They're so cold right now that I don't know if we're degging at all.
I doubt we are. We haven't even gotten up to temperature.
I don't know. What do you think, Angelo, about tires?
I laugh because new rain tires are always better in real world. I can't tell you what iRacing's got.
I don't know. They'll come up faster because the brakes are hot, and we have the other side of the car to help with temp.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, the car's already so loose, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference.
Everything.
Well, grip is grip. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's decide. We got to decide right now.
I'm a big fan of new tires. How many
Okay.
seconds tire change?
2 are free, so it doesn't matter.
2 or 3 I'm fine with.
All right, let's keep left sides, Garrett. And 15 liters if it'll take it, which we should almost get all of, and then I can fuel save if we need to. Yeah, left sides only,
Left
and
side.
15 liters. I know this stripe is what caught me last time on the entry to pit lane. Yep. Alright, I didn't even see where my stall was. Looks like it's midway. Okay, alright. We're going for the undercut here on everyone. Get all the prototypes through. Stopping early. And I think we'll be safe because we are burning, let's see. Oh yeah, a lot less fuel right now. So I think we're going to be okay.
Watch your speed limit. Do not spin wheels.
Got it. Alright. Good stop.
All right,
Yeah,
boys and girls. Let's see what we got.
entering into free trap into free air, which would be really nice.
We do have one P2 passing us. 1 second down. Oh, he's right there, never mind.
Let him go.
Alright, we got GTP in the P2 portion.
Alright, we're in free air though. We can
Yeah.
try to make some stuff up here. Keep me abreast of the cold temps.
Copy that. 114.
Gonna definitely suffer in the carousel here
Yep.
this time.
Carousel, roll it up. Nobody behind you.
Oh yeah.
Roll it up.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
121.
Tim, hang on. SpongeBob generation knows what I'm about.
Turn 10 is going to be dicey. Cold tires. 123.
Yep. Shallow definitely helps here.
Oh, the Porsches weren't. Just kidding. There's definitely less puddle there. Greg and I were talking about that. You know, was the grip indicative of the puddle reflection?
Yeah, that
Nice.
iRacing probably
Yeah.
iRacing will probably tell you yes, but I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah. We tried a few offline full race attack on a corner, and it didn't do anything for us. We went back to the normal driving line on the puddles, and we gained time.
We should be easily safe on fuel now, it looks like.
So,
So not everyone's in front of us has to stop at this point. I think we're the only ones to have stopped so far.
Yeah, but you still
Hopefully
gotta make some hay. We got on lap times.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you bring up the full lap times on that one? Or no?
Last one was my out, so it's not going to show
I know.
anything yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like the little. Oh,
I'm sorry, could have P2 about 4 seconds back. That was the GTP leader.
okay. Leaders are running 148 sevens right now.
P2, 2 seconds out.
Okay. Oh, these guys are coming through at the wrong time.
It's never the right time.
Right at top was GTP and a P2.
Outside.
Outside, yep. One more.
Still there. Still there. Ah, here he comes.
Right side. One more. Right side.
All clear. 500 yards.
Might as well just close my eyes. I mean, what am I doing?
Oh, Lime Rock. Deluge. On the wall. Actually telling the driver where the brake zone is.
Break now.
Yeah, literally. Like whatever it was, 2, 3, 1, didn't matter what it was. But literally, you can't see anything. And I'm like, okay, 3, 2, now. 3, 2, now. Every lap because you couldn't see anything. Yeah. It was nerve-wracking for me.
Alright, what was our last lap time? 53.2. No, it's not terribly fast.
I know. Well, I want to see if we can gain a little bit. And
Yeah.
start closing the gap on some things.
Got a GTP, 1 second out. I would top us.
And
He's off toast. Another one.
I don't think Porsche thinks I'm actually in a race here because I'm so far back, but
I know. Okay. We'll take them one at a time, baby.
You got a
It's good
P2.
because he just blocked the P2.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
P2,
Got some-
right side.
Yeah, I see him. Got some GT3s in the pits that we're gonna. Oh, I
That's
thought we were gonna steal here.
yeah. Close. What do we got?
Got a GTP right top of us.
Yep.
Left side.
You got another one, 1 second back.
TC fought me really hard there that time.
We were a little tight on everything on that one. It was just really
Yeah.
fast. Really.
Left side.
outs-
You gotta calm out earlier than that, Garrett.
You just appeared there, I'm sorry about that.
Well, that's your job to work through.
Oh, I kind of dance back and forth here. Looks like we're gaining on the car in front of us.
Cool. It looks like a certain blue McLaren, if I can tell correct.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we're gaining on them. Let's keep focused. Not slide it around.
Got a GTP, 2 seconds out.
I think the GTPs take a while to get around you in the rain. As opposed to the dry where they're just bombing everybody, you know?
You know, how wet this is, we wouldn't have known this ahead of time, but I wonder if it's possible if we could have stretched on fuel and never had to have taken a stop. Unfortunately, I have no way of really being able to know that. We don't know what the pace on track is.
Probably could have done the math early and concentrated more on it.
You'd have to do some crazy mapping with like lap time and fuel burn to like
I
know
know.
how close that would be, and we don't. How far do we want to over-engineer? I mean, the answer is I want to do it, but like,
Yeah, that's it. The answer is I want to do it, but I'm not sure.
like, what, from one race in iRacing season, the amount of engineering work. I mean, I can do it. It's just like that's hours of work to build a map of information to be able to do that.
Slow car in front. Kidding, Mike Rass.
I see that Chicane Club logo on the front corner. That's cool. I will be very polite when I get there,
Yeah.
Mike. Don't worry.
All good, all good. Definitely, you got to dive it in. We can stick it so hard, you scare the shit out of me. Not Monica. Just keep it safe. Right? Just keep it safe.
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh, arrow wash, arrow wash.
My eyes played a trick on me.
Yeah. What eyes? You can't see anything anyway.
That's exactly what it was.
Put sunglasses on and see if you can get there. I mean, that was almost the over-under.
You got a GTP, 4 seconds out.
Hi, Mike. Look at that logo on front of you.
Nice.
Excel Racing logo. A little bit of Bravo. Oh, you gotta ask him.
We got
GTP,
shots for the
1.5
guy's
second
golf
down.
cart.
Hi, Mike.
Got a pass?
I see.
He's protecting the inside, all clear.
You
Four
got
cars
a
behind you,
GTP
3
right
cars
top
behind
us.
you.
Now play defense from behind. Jeez.
Yep. GTP.
Left side.
Oh, a little wide. Feels like it's getting more wet right now, if I'm being totally honest.
Garrett's gonna bring up the radar. Just watch out for your eyes. Check the mirrors.
Well, the fact that it's continuously raining tells me that, you know, it's still
Well-
raining, that the wet is getting more wet. I don't know if there's like a measure of like, does iRacing have some measure of,
If the radar is correct, you are correct. However, it should be declining right about now. It'll take a little.
P2, right side.
yeah,
That's right. That's right. However, it's going to
Again,
take a little
it's
lag.
not raining any harder than it was before, so it just continues.
well, then it's accumulating, yeah.
But then you have the lag. Even if it stopped now, it still takes a while to dissipate off the track.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's definitely good.
P2, 1 second out.
It'd be cool if iRacing had like some measure of like surface water level. So that'd be a very helpful indicator.
Full grip.
Yeah, it would help. I don't know. I think that would be good for there to publish that. Or maybe it is, and I don't know about it. I'm just.
P2, right side.
Do you run Lovely Dash? I'm not sure what that's referring to. We use Race Labs for our on-screen overlays, and then we have the Precision Sim Engineering dashboard in front of me here. Driving blind. Wow. Okay.
Nice. There you go. Over under.
I didn't even see it coming.
Nope. I don't think he knew where the corner was.
Good thing I saw that out of the corner of my eye in the mirror.
Yeah. That is position.
Yeah, I see that.
outside.
Yep. Yeah, it's accumulating, so I'm trying to figure out how hard
Yep,
to,
yep.
how much to back up corner by corner.
Agreed.
Okay. These leaders don't stop.
Alien mode, making fuel.
How would you... I know how you would. The answer is just that it's not... You'd have to do a lot of homework ahead of time at different rain levels, at different
No.
forecasts to know whether you could stretch it far enough on fuel.
Gotta gear up everywhere. Kidding. Float the speed.
Well, that actually is not the most... What is...
What the heck?
That did not feel like that was supposed to have happened. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Review that later. I didn't think I did anything differently there, but clearly I did. Track grip level's getting worse at a worsening rate.
The GT3 leader is behind us. 1 second down.
GT3 leader. Okay, he hasn't stopped yet.
And the last P2, 3 actually behind us, was going to be pits.
Whoa.
P2 right on
What's
top of
going
you.
on?
Right side.
Am I doing something different all of a sudden?
I don't know.
I'm gonna start really backing things down. I don't think I changed much, but
I couldn't tell what that. It just looked like, snap loose. Just I wasn't watching your feet.
yeah.
Open up your arc. Palm your hands down, loosen the grip.
I guess the one way you could run this is just like as a unscientific gamble, is if you can run to the halfway mark of the race,
Mm-hmm.
and if you see that you have about half a tank of fuel, you would know. You could fuel state far into it and see, then know, but you'd have to kind of take a guess to know whether that's going to work or not in the first place. Which I guess is a theory that works.
The good thing is,
I don't know.
P2, right side.
Take them.
oh, fun.
That's the GT3 leader right on top, yeah. I'd say just let him by.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been really aggressive, he wants to get by. I think it's probably the
Very good.
safest to let him by.
Oh, I thought I was racing him. Alright.
Yeah, sorry, I should have
All right,
clarified.
let's.
Flashing his lights, and I'm like, oh, not for you, sir. But if he's the leader, that's a different story.
Good thing is you got a little bit of breathing room. Let's see if we can follow his line.
Yeah. He's doing 51.5s right now, so we're not far off.
I know, which is nice, right?
He's also miles in front of the field, so he's probably going nice and slow.
Does have a bit of smoothness. I know it's hard in the rain, which Garrett and I try to watch helicopter view. Stays less tension in the car, a little bit more free flow.
Okay.
He wasn't afraid to use that curve either. The both looked good. Turn in late. Slow it down. Middle of the road. So he made it to middle of the road, didn't go down on that. There you go. See what I mean? One on the outside. One on
No,
the outside.
that's trying to pitch me down. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Alright. I think we just found something there.
You got a P2 on the top of you.
I see him.
He's going to the left side. Right side
no.
now. You got 3 more.
I bet you the front GT3 guys are not going to stop. I bet you that's what's happening.
You know, didn't think of looking down. That's pretty good thinking, Greg.
Right side.
Like I said, halfway point. Look down at your fuel.
Or you could do the math and scale it, extrapolate otherwise, but that would be the quick,
Yeah,
unscientific.
quick way.
Watch out.
Oh, I saw that.
Behind me. Dude just did not break.
Very easy to lose concentration, guys. Very easy to lose it.
I'm going to go wide.
Okay. Good job on the detention, not spinning it. Be careful.
Outside.
You got to tell me long before they get there, Garrett.
I'm trying to tell you, I can hardly see anything. And I'm also, my spotting is like 2 seconds behind you.
Alright, well,
Yeah.
that's a problem.
I wish there's better views for us on this.
Put a car 2 seconds back. 1 second back. Yeah, he's right on top of us.
I see him.
Tons of traffic coming, kiddo.
Right side.
3.
I cannot tiptoe through that turning point
I know.
lightly.
buddy.
Another one, right side.
I noticed.
Yep.
One more. Right side.
Turn 13, class leader was middle of the road on the enter. Try not to go low. That was the only thing I noticed different, but like you said, no matter what you did, there's just, like there's a river of water.
It seems like prototypes are always catching me there, so I'm forced to run shallow, which I don't want to do. And I just can't seemingly go slow enough to... You're not splitty guy.
Your right side.
I'll put it up against the grass a little bit more. There we go.
Nope.
GTP, 1 second out.
Inside.
Left side, or right side, sorry. Left side.
No, don't have room for dyslexia there.
Now,
The only way I can see anything is if I have the rear facing camera.
Yes,
And so I'm trying to figure out the right and left side.
that's exactly it.
Like
You've got the
counting
best
for-
view to tell you, but it flips it around.
And I don't have any time to see them because of all the spray and the delay for spotter view.
Well, watch the split timer, because that's the biggest help, more than anything, than which
Yeah.
side. Once they're within range, I
Itself actually, it's been funny.
that's the line I actually want to take there for the most part.
Yeah, but nobody's on top of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, how wide he's going up there. That's pretty crazy.
I
Just
don't
letting you by?
see how that's...
Is he just letting you by?
Maybe?
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
did he do something big time?
He's going to pit lane.
There we go, that's why. Alright, so he was nice.
And a GTP right on top of us. And a P2 behind him.
Okay.
Left side. One more, left side.
Guys are running rim shots here. I don't know if that's also a right answer. I don't know if anyone knows what the right answer is.
Tried a lot. You know?
Tried everything and nothing seems to be much better. Conventional rain line, tri line, and all sucks equally.
Breathing room, 500 yards, easy.
Okay.
Heel corner 13. Take a breath. Middle of the road.
I cannot believe how low on grip that corner is on entry.
There in the one.
Okay.
Got a GTP, second back.
Try a little bit wider here and see if there's something to be learned. Nope.
No.
GTP on top of us. Left side. One more behind us.
There's all these pit
Right side.
stops. Gentle.
T2 forced me wide, and I didn't compensate braking zone for it. Get out of here, shortcut. Do you have any idea how much further I went iRacing?
Peters.
How much time I lost, and you're going to give you a shortcut penalty?
Got a P2, 2 seconds back.
Okay.
Had a couple of pit stops happening, so nice and clean.
Seven and a half minutes to go. I looked like there might be some cars in shouting distance here. We'll see.
Copy that.
Oh, you picked the wrong time to go by.
He's talking back in. He's falling back. 2 seconds.
He's struggling too.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
He can go down the inside. I'm taking the outside line.
He's
Nice.
falling back again.
He's
More
struggling
behind
with
you.
grip.
GTP.
Yeah.
UTP's knifing his way through. Here he comes.
Left side.
Nice. Good job. B2 car finally got it.
Yep, right
Here
side.
it comes.
Give me that draft.
2 more P2s.
Two and a half seconds out. Looks clear going into one. It's close. Danger close.
Oh, sorry, 2 of them.
And they're right on top of you.
Yep.
Left side.
Maybe 2.
One more. He's ducking in.
He got nervous.
Offside.
Left side. Left side.
There's a line. He's still there. He's still there.
Left side. Left side.
Okay.
Ooh.
You guys are really behind, I think.
Yeah, that's
Excuse
what I
me.
was trying to tell you. Even race laps is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Make
trying
sure
my
you,
best here.
you just use NDI, because then you'll be in real time with me. You're feeding me information that's like hard for me to. It's actually distracting me because it's out of time.
Drop
Yep.
down.
Problem is the shadow in your rear view mirror is not good. Cars tucking behind it, it's really hard to see.
Yeah, GTP.
No,
one second.
I know it's difficult. It's difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
Left side.
Four minutes to go. 2 laps.
Copy.
Yeah.
Like just about everyone's stopped. So I guess at some point everyone's gone on to new tires. So
Second place guy.
except for second place, but he's 30 seconds off. So maybe he's going to stop last lap or something. But the leader has even taken a set of tires. So
Yep.
I mean, we lost probably 15 seconds with some of our off tracks excursions.
Yeah.
So
Tough one.
yeah, this is tough.
That's
You know one of the things we should look into doing, Angelo? In addition to building a setup for a car, maybe we should look into dialing a steering feedback setup for the rain. And give it a little bit more feel and like literally just in the wheel itself.
Well, that's you know what's funny is when you and I were breaking down some stuff, I asked you some questions and it didn't seem like it had the feedback. Remember we were talking about ABS? Was it front? Was it rear lockup? Did it lose the grip on the front end? And you had a little bit of the blank stare, like the car or the wheel was not giving you the feedback that you wanted. So good.
I don't know
Good
the
on
answer
you.
either.
Good on you.
Yeah, maybe we do a little bit of that one of these other times. We just stick with a static car setup and we run
Yeah. Run the
try
wheel.
to dial in a more custom wet wheel setup.
Don't forget that we have some feedback that we need to do.
Yeah, we could. That's a tuning variable too.
Yeah. And that's going to help you out back tile, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting because obviously I've never played with any of the background stuff that we can do on the rig.
Yeah, I can show you what that looks like. For anyone watching, we're running the Leo Bodnar commercial grade wheel setup, so there's a lot of tunability and whatnot. We can
Okay.
build into all that stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, let's crack into it one day.
Yeah. I mean, every one of these modern wheel setups has some really good configurability.
It's, where the hell did that come from?
He said he
Yeah,
was.
There's some glitches here. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, iRacing split timer is not always reliable.
No, every screen we dance to, Garrett and I are getting stuffed. Like, where the heck? That's not
Yep,
there.
GTP
That's not
one
there.
right on top of us. He just appeared 2 out of 2 seconds.
Are we on Skynet, a French server or something? What am- you know.
Yeah, B2 on top of us.
Skynet Global Defense Network.
Oh, you know them. You familiar with them?
Yeah. A new product line, the T1000.
They run the silver car. So,
Yeah. It's changing shape on its own.
GTP, GT4, GT3. Something's behind you.
Wow.
Nice,
Why did
again.
it snap like that? I don't understand that at all.
Right side.
Setup.
It does not
Exactly.
feel like it's going to do that.
GT behind us. Going right.
I mean, I'm not a pro, but like,
Yeah.
know what's going to. I'd like to think I have a feel for what's going to happen. White flag. Actually, we took a reasonable amount of fuel. We'll be ending with 2 laps, so.
We're okay.
Yeah, somehow we're only running. We're down a lap compared to everyone else's run.
We would have had to do some considerable fuel saving. No, it wouldn't have been possible. We would have had to stop. Like quick back in the hands. We would have had to stop. The amount of fuel saving we would have to do would not have been worth it.
3rd place still has not stopped.
Yeah, no.
What car is he in?
McLaren.
McLaren.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the winning strategy, so.
There's a podium shot after he just pitted. Never mind, he's
shot
scared.
though. You
Yeah.
know?
He
Like-
just threw it all away.
Oh, I know. I saw that. I'm like, where is it?
Alright, you got a P2 right on top of you.
Sorry, we're all chuckling about things. Oh, you still got the last lap here.
Oh, I see Raz.
We have the race leader behind us.
I see that. He can wait 1 corner.
I hope so.
We also have a
We
P2
got
behind
it.
us.
Got a 30-second lead over first place. Cool. Alright, well, P10 started P11. Some small errors on my end. No incidents. Oh, he did pick up a 4X. I don't know when that was. When did we make contact?
I remember you cheated the course.
Oh, the off turn. Okay, alright. So no contact. No, there's Mike.
I gotta tell you, computer-wise, rain-wise, vision-wise, Skynet, this was not fun.
What's up, Mike? Is this like Lando and Oscar at the end of the races?
Yeah. That's exactly it. Love it.
Awesome. Cool.
Where did he finish? I didn't even pay attention.
P15.
All right, not bad. Not bad.
Nice job,
Going
Mike.
through the ranks.
Is this one of your? I guess we'll have to. Can't obviously see his live stream right now.
Yeah.
Tried to race in my. Wayne said tried to race in my static rig again tonight, and I'm 100% a whore for Chicane Club setups now. Thanks for spoiling my rig forever. I tell everyone that all the time when they come here and drive. And they're like, "Oh, I've got this great setup." I'm like, "That's awesome. I love it. Everyone has their own home setup."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Just so you know, your home setup is good. You're never going to enjoy it ever again after you come in here and drive. Like, it will never be the same for you ever again. So just know that it's going to be ruined." Yeah.
And if you start dialing the wheel in and a couple of other things, so no.
Yeah. So I'll take that. I mean, again, some errors on my end.
I'm laughing because the 12-13 river,
Is there a river there? Like, am I not able to see it?
That's what I'm getting at. The 4-5 carousel, you know. There was a couple of spots on this track that I would say there's a river running across it. Obviously, in the throes of it, we can't look at the data hardcore and say, all right, oh, the car did this or you did this. You know, but I definitely want to look at it wholeheartedly later.
Yeah, we'll look into it. I don't know. We'll have to look at the iRacing schedule with all the details and the weather forecast. I don't know if we have any other rain races on the calendar this year. I don't know.
Forecast. Today is today. Tomorrow's tomorrow. They can't predict what next week's going to be.
They can announce what the whatever. Yeah.
Wayne says his sim is literally unplayable. He spins every corner because he can't get over there.
How'd that be?
Can we fix that? Do we have the ability to fix that? No.
Going to
yeah.
Chicane Club?
Yeah.
Going to Chicane Club is a solution for them. All right, cool. Nice racing with you, Mike. We'll check out your. I'll watch the replay of your stream later. I think he's streaming right now. That. So I know we race at. Well, here, let's look at the race results.
Please.
All right, so only split of the evening.
You know what I don't like is on screen while we're running, there is no full list of in-lap times and speeds and everything else. Like we got marching ants, great. Doesn't tell me the depth of detail from
I
a
can
command
fix that
center
for you.
standpoint.
We need more computers back there, unfortunately.
We got
I can fix
four
that with.
screens. We need another computer.
We have the
got
technology.
4 screens. We need another computer. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
We have the technology. I just don't want to spend
All
money.
right.
All right,
But I
looking at
didn't
GT.
ask for that.
No, it's okay. It could totally be possible, and we could even get our H&H setup going also, which would be the ultimate powerhouse tool for that, which is what we use in real life for
That's right.
column strategy. But Race Labs does a good job. It's just right now we're just running everything off of my screen, what I want to look at, and to put more on would just be blocking out my screen with stuff. All right, so my best lap was a 52.2, which looks, I'll be totally honest, considerably slower than just about everyone else's fast lap. A couple of guys behind me were slower than that, but everyone in front of me was 2 seconds a lap faster.
Yeah. And I'm going to go back to iRacing and the setup that we threw at it. It doesn't like it.
Yeah. McLaren won. That was the guy that was following me. We saw a couple times. He was 48.2 fast lap. I don't. On lap 14, so that was the middle of the race. So
yeah.
Interesting. Still got 66 championship points, which is an okay haul, I guess. Not in love with that, but it is what it is. I mean, an okay finish, I guess, for today. It's all right considering everything. I don't know if I didn't have all those errors, we may have picked off 1 or 2 positions because I think the next car was 12 seconds ahead and the next one was another 12 seconds in front of that. So I don't know if that would have yielded considerably better results. I think going faster would have been the answer.
I'm not liking the responsiveness to setup yet on this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try this in the dry.
Like we were saying, everybody's like, it was raining out. Sure. It didn't do everything we wanted it to do.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more numb than what we thought.
Yeah. As we look forward to next week, we are going back to Mosports, and it looks like a totally dry Mosport, like 0% chance of rain. So,
okay.
Thank God.
Talking to the other end of the spectrum on all this, going to the dry at a high commitment track, that'll be good. So let's if everyone's interested, let's hop in and do a quick one.
And can we get it off the rain setup?
Yes.
It's funny because it's days like this. I'm like, the dry setup back on and hang on for dear life in the rain.
This is going to be a high downforce setup, no? I mean, 3rd, 4th gear everywhere.
Yeah. Aero sensitive. You're running through corners in gear.
Yeah. This is a big commitment.
So we only the tracks that we kid around about Formula Ford or F2000 back in the days of 4-speed gearbox. This has 3 corners in 4th gear. So, pick your Ferrari or McLaren and say 6th gear, flat out, foot on the floor, turn the wheel hard.
Yeah, I don't remember dry gear ratios here, but but very fast is the.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just pick the default high downforce setup, and we're just gonna start with that. I think that's where we're gonna start over with for next week. Now that it's a totally different setup. So let's see what we got in the dry. This is gonna feel so foreign driving something.
Greg,
so fast
Greg, you like Mosport?
Yes, I do. I think I have some work to do to be really fast here. This is a high commitment, high precision place, and I know it's going to be dicey with a multi-class, especially with a prototype blitzing past.
Didn't we have it last year, multi-class?
We did it last season in equally wet enough, but not in the dry.
Yeah.
So this could feel lightning fast compared to what we spent an hour doing.
As fast as
yeah. This feels crazy to my head right now.
This feels like 3 times motion.
I know, right?
It's like you could press like 3 times speed.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, flying like a Formula 1 car. What league should I be racing in, Wayne? I think, are you D or C? I forget what rank.
He's a B class, I think.
Is he? Alright,
I
well,
believe so.
if you want to do GT4 stuff, the VP Sports Car Challenge, the IMSA series is really good for GT4 and LMP3. Multi-class stuff to train up to do the IMSA one. I think C class you're also eligible to do the SimuCube GT Endurance and GT3s. That's
No,
more
my
team
B
members.
class.
The endurance,
GT3 is
the endurance is available at C. The sprint is the one that's only available in B.
okay, got it.
So, for the enduro one, that one we can do as a team effort, which we should actually talk about doing at some point. We should definitely do one of those here. And then the sprint 45-minute one, that's B class only. If you get to A, oh, okay, see, that was a mistake I would have made here in turn 2. If you get to A, then we can do the IMSA full-on multi-class duo.
Radicals are kind of fun. They have no ABS though, so be careful. Or TC.
Yeah, I think the problem with the Radical series is that you got a lot of people hop in and go, ooh, fast, prototype race car, and they have no idea what it takes to actually drive one of those things. But it's probably one of the it's the entry-level prototype car in iRacing right now. It's the step you should be driving before an LMP3, in my opinion. It's good. It's good. It's definitely worth doing.
Did you just say you should drive a Radical before an LMP3?
Yes.
Yeah, I will. Yes, I will totally agree with.
Sorry. Did you really say that? Okay.
What makes you say that? Radical's definitely a stepping stone for LMP3.
Okay. Alright.
Wait, so it sounds like I'm being impressed into service as a low-tier team member.
Thanks.
B class, you can do quite a lot.
Why don't they have all cars in all classes? You just
Well, they
need FIAs.
fortunately put out Miatas and Toyotas, and as you rank up and you improve your safety rating, then they unlock the ability to do longer, more complicated races with faster cars. To keep the people from signing up on day one and then getting into a Cadillac GTP car and ruining everyone else's day.
But there's so many rooms, so many races, so many places. Like you said, based on your rating, you can't just run LMP3s with newbies.
You could. You have to get to C rank to be able to do that, I think.
LMP3s and GT4s will be able to C rank.
You can day one buy that stuff and do a test drive. You can't race in the official sessions with it.
Yeah.
Which I agree
mean,
with.
D-rank, the Main Masters lets you do whatever GT3 car you want, and there's also a Ferrari Challenge, which is just the Ferrari GT3 car, which is cranked up to 10, and it's even more insane than the real Challenge cars.
Yeah. Alright, let's talk through a lap here. Turn one,
Alright, let's.
pretty fast. Rattle the curbing, fourth gear. This when you brake before the crest before you ever see the turn, go down to fourth gear, commit, let it set in the middle, then squeeze back to power for a late apex. Back to the left side, down to fourth gear. I think I'm gonna go third, down to a late apex, don't pick up too much inside curbing. Up to fourth, under the Conti bridge on full power. This one should be flat out all the way through. And then big compression, using compression there to get the car stopped, let it carry toward the outside, gather it up, and then hammer down. Good flow to that last set of quarters.
Nice job through 4 and 5. Look good.
Yeah, this was really tough in the rain, but I'm looking forward to just settling into driving here in the dry. This place I know in the dry. The rain was a totally different ballgame.
I know. And mixed class here at the ring.
Yeah, turn 8's going to be fifth gear here, light touch, big downforce, feed it in, quick transition back to the left, widen the speed progressively down all the way to the final corner, turn 10, speeds on the power, track out all the way.
Nice job, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, that was good. Touch the brake in 1, put down the inside curb, back to full power, trust the thing. Brake early, let it set, Back to power.
Nice lap, kiddo. Nice lap. Nothing I was curious about is turn one. Can you turn in a little bit later?
Yeah, I can work on doing that. I haven't driven this in a while.
I just didn't know if the track falls off. If there's no grip there, it forces you to turn early.
Yeah, let's try this next one here.
All right.
Not a lot of time in 4 and 5 that time. 5 has given me, for the first time ever, it just struck me. It's very oak tree and VIR to me. Just with a heck of a lot more elevation change.
Yeah. Come up to the wall, but it's still that double apex corner, so to speak, or diamond to the back wall.
A lot of speed at 8.
Love it.
I'm a little behind.
Yep, it's all right. Turn one, crack a little bit later. I just don't know if the track falls off. If it's off camera.
Try to go later. Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
Do it again.
Yep.
It's a visual thing too.
Well, the question is it the initial turn in, or is it the after the 5 degrees, quote unquote, turn in? Because it's all very gradient all the way through.
I was just looking at your exit trajectory the last 2 laps before we screwed it up. I thought you had a little bit more room on the table to turn in a little bit later. Like you said, you might set it, but then turn in later towards that midsection.
Okay. Yep. Trying to challenge 8 here.
Been a long time since we've been here.
I haven't been here since 2019.
Yeah, I don't remember.
With the symmetric trail, that was my last time there.
Oh, nice.
That was fun. So much work to get that trailer into Canada, and then back out again. Feels better on the exit, but like very difficult on the way in.
Yep, copy that.
Oh, that was too late.
Yeah, you gotta slow down for that one. Not saying.
Yep.
Slow down for that one.
Yeah. All right, we'll set up one more fast one, and then we can wrap it for the night. Yeah, would you mind checking what's after Mosport? Is that Zoltar, or is that some time after that?
Zoltar, wasn't that the game in that movie?
Zoltan?
Yeah, the Zoltar machine, the Zoltan machine.
Oh, Zoltar was, yeah, it was like the genie, animatronic genie machine. Yeah. Yeah, what's after Mosport next week?
Check it out. Spa. And then Zoltar.
Ah, Spa. To Belgium, and then Belgium.
Yeah, no way you don't work Spa into the GT3.
I guess we have to eat waffles for 2 weeks in a row. Try this one more time. Yeah, it's the rate of the wheel that you had, not the timing.
Yep, copy that. It's definitely a good track design. You know,
Yeah, this place?
Yeah. It's almost as a joke. It almost flows too freely.
Yeah, it's just so big and early.
Like, passing is fun.
Fun, yeah.
Oh, you detected a little bit of sarcasm.
Yep. Oh, a little too much in 5B. I love this place though. We've done a bunch of Ferrari Challenge races here, 458 and 488, and then what else have I done here? A bunch of LMP3 stuff. I think we cleaned house with Pinton Cook back in 2017.
Yeah, we did Formula Ford and 2-liter.
Cool.
And I gotta tell you, what was kind of cool is we were up on the hill above you there, overlooking the fast section, and some of the best fans in the world. They knew.
Oh yeah.
our drivers in the younger ranks.
Huh.
We also shared a beer and we were on the radio together, and we're just really great set of fans up there.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, the fans have always been a good experience here.
Yeah.
There's a little trailer park in this inside the
Yep.
center of the track, so you'd always have to be very put this politely. You have to lock the trailers and the toolboxes at night.
Steering wheels come off the cars at night.
Yeah, we would always put them inside the transporter. Anything that can go in the trailer should. Putting it politely. But
Love it.
good luck with your race at Monza, Nelson. Cool.
All right, cool.
All right,
luck,
let's
kiddo.
yeah. All right, well let's wrap it up for the night here. Yeah, finished came down with a P10 finish at Fuji in a very wet race. Had some small unforced errors on my end. A couple off-track adventures. I'm not sure. It may have converted to a position or two if I'd kept it clean, but I think we're
I
still
don't
just
think- I don't think our setup was crisp at all.
yeah, given more time
Put some
in a
blame on me too.
world,
So.
we could have done more. And, if we did 6 races a week, we could probably get to a really solid thing. But we just do one of these live
Yeah.
streams, have to go about our lives and everything else we do in the sim world the rest of the week. So just one. We'll make sure the setup's available on racingsetups.com as soon as we're able to, so you guys can all try it out for yourself. It's definitely going to feel different than the baseline wet setup. I think it was had a much bigger window and is a lot more forgivable than I think the baseline was. So in some ways that could be a lot easier.
Yep.
It may not be ultimately faster. I think it would be faster with the proper hands than the baseline, but it's much more predictable and easier to drive for someone who's getting to terms with the with driving in the rain at iRacing. So,
Yep. Agreed.
the next week we go to Mosport in the dry finally, so we'll actually have some fun with that one. So it's gonna be good. So, yeah, as always, love thanking our partners. None of this would be possible without their support. I'm not just saying that because we have to or whatever like that, but it really truly is not. It is we very much feel their support, whether it's tech support or emotional support or whatever it is. Yes, there are some paid partnerships as well, but there's a lot more to any of them than that. So not lying about anything we're doing here, but yeah, would not be possible without their continued support with everything. Love having them on board, love carrying them in the car, sharing the experience with all of them. So yeah, on-day suspension. Let's always start with you, Angela. We got you back. We got you back for
I'm back.
season number 3, playing with the McLaren, digging into the setup here. On-day suspension special.
I'll be honest. I'm not in jive with the McLaren yet.
Well, we're not there
I want
yet.
to do more laps, man.
We got to do more. We got to do more laps.
Turn the trailer around. I want to go back to the track.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Well, now that we have a dry couple races, I think it'll be good. Hopefully, Spa isn't wet. I know it rains in Belgium 300 days a year, so that we'll see.
Back
but
to
let's.
sponsors.
Yeah, no, I'd love to dig into the setup more in dry races, but
Yep.
anyways, sponsors, all-day suspension. Thank you for the support you do here, being on the streams, helping us with the race engineering, of course, with all of your motorsports engineering stuff we do outside. You've helped us with brakes, you've helped us with a bunch of other engineering things on the sim, and of course for everything else that you do. On-day suspension, of course, specializing in race car, sports car, vintage car, shock and damper rebuilding, and really anything motorsports engineering related otherwise. Based here in Jupiter, Florida, but shipping work to and from anywhere on the planet. So if you got a race car, want the shocks, dampers looked at, taken care of, rebuilt, new ones, whatever it is, you got to talk to Angelo. Yeah, Decipher Technologies. Love the support that we get from them. Best in cybersecurity, IT, networking solutions for luxury homes and high-end businesses, just like ourselves. They've done a lot of help with us here in the building, getting all of our networking sorted out. We've got cloud backup storage. We've got a cell extension network. We've got our network all totally redone. A lot of cool things in the works as we grow as well. So love having Decipher on the car. We've got their logo on the front hood of the McLaren, on the back of the rear wing, and then in front of the rear wheels on either side. So love having them on board and carrying them around and sharing the experience with them. V-Box Motorsports. Love the blue OLED lap timer. I know I talk about it all the time, but it's really invaluable in my driver development with everything that I do and all the customers that we have here in the sim driving here as well. So we've got the same blue OLED lap timer display here in the sim as you'd have in the car, so much so that we could unplug it from here and then go plug it into power and ground on a car with a GPS antenna, and it would function exactly the same in a real car on a real racetrack. And yes, we've done it before. Pretty cool having that on board. It also lets us capture the center screen video and all of the driver telemetry, so we can seamlessly overlay video and data for driver analysis. It's all we use whenever we're doing driver coaching and debrief at the Chicane Club. So love carrying them around. Obviously, we sell all of their other motorsports products as well, for real race cars as well as the sim world. So yeah, if you want V-Box products, hit us up, info@thechicane.club. Sawbelts, we were down there yesterday, picking up some seats, some seat belts, some new custom gear. Love having, I'm covered in Sawbelt stuff tonight. I've always got my TT10 shoes, the new gloves that I wear all the time, absolutely love them. I'm in the GT pad seat, got the 2-inch harnesses. I can't say enough nice things about Sawbelt and their product line, specifically their American division here that's based in Boca Raton. Great team of guys down there in Boca. So if you need, the best driver gear around, you got to talk to Sawbelt. Is having FIA approved stuff overkill for the sim? Yeah, absolutely. You do not need. I hope you don't need fireproof rated stuff for your sim. You're doing some crazy things if that's really a concern for you. But then again, we do a lot of real driving, so love having the ergonomics and driving with the same gear in the sim that we use in real world. So yeah, Sawbelt's the best. Jason Duke's captain's chair coaching. Oh, bumped the relay here. Captain's chair coaching, giving me the best personal, professional development coaching around, helping me point in the right direction, helping me develop everything that I do. So if you're a high-level professional, you want support in developing your career or your personal growth further, you got to talk to Jason at Captain's Chair. Rocky's Ultimate Garage. Rocky is the man. If you're here in South Florida, you've got a sports car, supercar, race car, luxury SUV, luxury vehicle, whatever it is, and you want it taken care of properly for, wheels, tints, wraps, PPF, detailing, anything like that, you can trust your car at Rocky's. Say that from personal experience. I've brought my stuff there. Garrett's brought his stuff there. Wayne's brought his stuff there. Raz, I don't know. We got to get Raz over there, actually, now that I say that out loud. Got to get a lot of people over there. So, yeah, you can really trust your stuff over there. They've got an awesome shop here on Palm Beach Lakes, right, Garrett? I think it's on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard.
Palm Beach Lakes.
Yeah, we actually have to get over there soon. We've got a cool project in the works for a real car that's coming out soon. But watch our social media feeds for more information on that. I think that just about covers it now. Yeah, well, thank you for joining. Love having you on, Roy Meadow. Happy to have been part of the chat tonight. I've been watching for a good matter of weeks now. Oh, great. Glad to hear you've been watching for a while now. Definitely a decent production setup and formula from everyone involved. It'll be welcome to witness how the broadcast evolves going further. Awesome. So great to have you on board. Thank you for
Excellent.
for tuning in on Twitch. Yeah, if you're watching for the first time, we'd love to have you subscribe, chat, interact, comment, tell us what you like, what you don't like, and we'll see what we can do to improve in the future. But otherwise, I think we're going to sign off for the night. We'll see you back here, same time, same place, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Wednesday next week, taking on Mosport in the dry with the McLaren 720S GT3, which I have to say, if you're looking at the McLaren in IMSA in real life, it's FAF's home track. So this is the FAF Racing's program. They're based out of, I think, Toronto or nearby. So this is their home track. So in theory, this is the home race for the McLaren. So let's see if that converts to anything.
They're all showing up.
Yeah.
All righty.
Anyway, we'll catch everyone next week. Until then, have some fun racing.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.